Somewhere in a bustling 𝗦𝘁cie township lies a home steeped in nearly 2 centuries of history. Its story begins in 1824 when Samuel, a farmer with a vision, acquired land along a quiet river. By 1826, he had constructed a stately home for his son, Cornelius, a gift of permanence in an ever-changing world, meant to stand the test of time. In 1847, Samuel's passing marked the next chapter, as the property was willed to Cornelius. Here, Cornelius raised his family and carried on the family name. But time, as it often does, brought change. The house passed to the children of Cornelius, who sold it again in 1869, and over the next several decades, the property transitioned through various owners. Among them were Eliza and Jane, who nurtured the estate before financial hardship led to its seizure for unpaid taxes in 1900s. In 1915, the property was ultimately purchased by Mr. Elmer. He preserved its character, living there until he passed it on to his son, Graham. With his wife Edith by his side, they inherited the house. Together they transformed the parlor downstairs into the heart of their Artesian well business, supplying water solutions to the surrounding community. The enterprise thrived for years before falling silent in 1996, leaving the home abandoned but filled with echoes of its industrious past. Today, the house endures as a relic of a fading past, preserving its classical revival fireplace mantel and many other original features, despite the passage of time. Its abandoned rooms now house a treasure trove of antiques and artifacts, offering a glimpse into its storied past. Recognized in 1983 on the National Register of Historic Places, the home quietly guards the story of generations who lived, worked, and dreamed within its walls. From its origins as a family estate to its later role as a center of innovation, this home embodies the layers of history that shaped its township. Join me now as I step inside this forgotten landmark to uncover the secrets it still holds.
Explomo.
So hey everyone, and welcome back. For today's video, I'm just gonna start at the complete beginning, because the place you're about to see today will raise a lot of questions to you, like it did to me. I'm gonna give you the full experience, the way I experienced it when I entered this place. We're just gonna start off. I'm gonna turn the camera, and this is the first thing we see. That's strange, right? This place, this property, didn't really seem like a home to us when we entered, but more like a business. Well, I'm gonna guide you through, and then also, of course, present my assumptions to you. Let me tell you that out of all the places we've seen so far in the USA, I think this place actually holds one of the most impressive antique pieces of furniture. So that's one thing. It's a very historical property. I think numerous generations have passed here. And yeah, let's just start this exploration right now. Right over here we come in what once would have been a kitchen part. We have a microwave over here. As you can tell already, there are many files inside of here. They're mostly receipts and checks. And we're talking about big amounts of money over here. $30,000 I can already see written on here. So we're talking about a big company, a big business. There's gonna be so much you see over here. I believe this is even a tiny fridge. Yeah, it was. Got a furnace over here, another giant fridge. I don't know if you can actually hear it right now, but on the background you can hear the police sirens. This place is actually located in the middle of a city. Let's just hope the police not for us, but I believe they're already gone right now. We're gonna find so much equipment in here as well, like equipment, appliances everywhere throughout this place. I really don't understand what this device was actually used for. There are even ampere, voltage meters and everything. Now to give you a little bit more context before I'm continuing to the next room. I actually assume that this was once lived in by a family. And I'm talking about a long time ago, like somewhere in the 1800s, beginning of the 1900s. And at some point, this original family actually passed away and this building got a new purpose, but they left the original features of the family actually intact on the upstairs floors and even on some of the downstairs floors. But the major part of the downstairs floors was, I think, used for that business. We're gonna find their entire office. I'm not gonna keep you excited for any longer, we're just gonna do it. There are many magazines over here as well about mechanical things. Look at this, guys. So many different shelves and doors, all for the documentation and administration of the business that once was here. Payroll summaries inside of here. Look at this. Wow. Got this huge table with actually an entire plan of this area. Where they were making sketches. They were thinking about what they were going to create. Also this very typical lamp. It's a very strange place at first sight. I guess many people are really thinking right now, what is this place? It is. But I always love the difference between the abandoned homes we visit. And this is certainly going to be a very unique one. You just got to keep watching until the very end. There's so many tiny tools and screws and everything inside here. Even more maps over there. Now by looking to the payroll summaries, they actually end in 1996. I believe we also found another date saying 1997. So that's the last date so far. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, there's the firefighters. Now the business that once had their location here was actually a company in watering wells and pumping plants. We're gonna enter the next part right now. First thing we can already see are the stairs over here. Look at this device. You could turn it, but what was it exactly used for? The mirror smashed here. Oh my gosh, look, they even tagged it with this post-it over here saying junk. Like the family was trying to divide some of the possessions or something, maybe. Now another assumption that could be true is that it actually was a family business. We just cannot really tell right now. Anyway, the names of the original owners was actually 𝗦𝘶𝗵 and 𝗦𝘁cie𝗿𝗆. That's another thing we found out. Oh my gosh. I already stumbled upon a basement over here. You know what? Let's quickly check it out. When we did all the first locations in America, we didn't find a single home with a basement. And we made our way to the north right now, and over here all the homes seem to have basements. Look at that, guys. There's so much documentation over here. Oh my gosh, and it's still entirely filled as well with paperwork. Some receipts to pumping companies again. This basement is pretty cool. It's very dark in here. It even holds more of the file storage. And while seeing this, I actually more think it was a family business. And that 𝗦𝘶𝗵 and 𝗦𝘁cie𝗿𝗆, the occupants of this home, are definitely involved in this company. Maybe even the owners. Looks like they had a pretty serious business and a big skill. Wow, look at the old stone over here, the construction, and even an old record player over here, right next to this booth. Over here also saying 𝗦𝘁cie𝗿𝗆𝗆. Their company was all about wells and pumping plants. I can't believe all those archives, and it's all just still here in these rusty crates. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Those are even wrapped in plastic. Seems it was a pretty big industry. But why it became abandoned and misused ever since, I don't know. I guess the people passed away, but eventually there was nobody to actually continue their business. Also, by looking at this basement, you can tell that we're exploring an old property today. Even look over here. This was another way inside the basement by these doors leading to the outside here. Alright, let's see if we can find anything else apart from tons of archives in this basement. I noticed another little passage over here. Oh wow! Guys, this makes me excited. Look at all those jars over here. Still even some of them on those dilapidated planks. I'm almost pretty positive that those jars were once for preserving food, like canning food during the winter times, like they used to do in the past. Unbelievable. It really doesn't feel like I'm in America right now. I love the history here up north in America. It's amazing. Anyway, let's go back up. And from this point, we are really gonna enter the office part. From here they managed their company. And look at it. It's almost pristine. Wow. All my gosh. There are so many books over here as well. Water treatment handbook. Standards of electronic materials. Pump records. Well records. That's one thing of the story that's not even an assumption anymore. It's just very obvious. I just love how vintage looking this office over here is. Look at this. It's like an old counter and the design of a typewriter. They would write it down over here like a little receipt. Total, subtotal, they made the receipts with this thing. That's really old-fashioned. Oh, you see? Where is even an old letter from 6th of January 1946. There E. That's probably referring to Edith. I received your letter of December 22nd. Because mail has been slow because of Christmas. Already in 1946, mail was slow during Christmas time, guys. Oh, also look at the fan. Still standing over here on the office desk. Over here probably a lot of telephone numbers of people they could dial. There is also a little door over here. It was the security burglar alarm. Happy that that one is not working anymore, because otherwise we would definitely already have been caught. Let's look at the curtains. At least those things around the windows. And believe it or not, but what you're seeing right here is actually frost. The windows are completely frozen because it is really cold. I believe it's -8 degrees Celsius today. You will see in the screen right here how much Fahrenheit it is, but that's freezing temperature, guys. Anyway, like the previous explorers, we are not stopping here in the USA, and we will continue exploring. Artesian pumping systems, it's saying on those archives. They're actually empty here. Yeah, those are empty. Wow. Actually, look in front of me, just this old fireplace with still a net in front. Two beautiful wooden antique chairs standing on each side of the fireplace mantle. And right above, a thing that we've often found in France, the bellows. A little device that was used to pump air into the fireplace, and that would enhance making the fire inside. Even a printer and scanner over here. Wow, look over here in the corner. That's definitely some of the home's original features. I think behind that kind of net used to be a heater, and we still have the little bang over here matching the color of those curtains again that we've seen. I think this place has already been abandoned since the 2000s, maybe even before the turn of the millennium. Got a beautiful painting over here as well. Even more documentation and files. Got a nice wooden column over here that's leading to the next area, which is even a bigger office part. Wow. Also look at these lamps over here. Beautiful glass design. And this chair. Wow. Very luxurious and comfortable. Over here on a table that's full of 1 cent dollar coins. Over here we can see some of the mechanics. Still a computer over here. There are even more files. So much mechanical stuff. Wow. Even look at these books. Like the cover of them. It's amazing. It's like traveling back in time, seeing how businesses are actually ran back in the days with so many files and paperwork, when modern technology and online administration on laptops and PCs was not that advanced already. It's incredible to see that. Also look at this picture over here as well. Wow. That's incredible. I'm wondering if this was actually Mrs. Edith. There are also still some frames standing over here on the fireplace mantle. Yeah, that's right, another fireplace right over here. Another printer over there as well. That's definitely a part of an old cabinet too. Guys, look at this part of the lamp here. That's drop dead gorgeous. Amazing. That's so old, so beautiful. Imagine if the light bulb was still inside and went on, what color effect it would give. Shining through this special glass. Another vintage office lamp. All those knickknacks for in the office still here in there as well. Pens. Paper clips. And now, I think for you, maybe even the most fun part is going to start. Because from this point, we're gonna go more to the original home part. And it already starts with, by far the most beautiful piano I've seen so far in America. Such a wonderful piece. This once used to be the main door as well. I'm just gonna start off in the corner here. You can tell by the main door and also the sort of fence in front of it. This is a truly historical property. Right in front of it is barricaded by this incredible carved table. A beautiful antique table. Wow. This should not be left to rot there. This should be preserved, especially also with a huge marble plate on top of it. Also look over here. Another piece of furniture. They were beautifully matching. And then we come to this piano. And what should I say about it? It almost makes me speechless. Just look at its details. The carvings of the past. Even the golden foliage and details on it. This was even another drawer that you could take out. I've almost never seen drawers like this in a piano in Europe. It's so captivating. And this beautiful piano was actually made in New York. Wow. Sadly enough, it's in a very bad state. So sad for such an old musical instrument like this. Unbelievable. And we're even gonna find another piano in this place. We still have a paper of sheet music over here on top of the piano as well. Beautiful painting too. A teapot. And this chair as well is honestly amazing. I've never seen anything like this. It even has wheels right down beneath it. Wow, beautifully embroidered. Such a wonderful chair. And it must be so comfortable to sit in. Honestly, it's almost irresistible to not check out how it's actually sitting. Oh wow. This chair is really comfortable. They don't make chairs like that anymore nowadays. That's why we gotta love and appreciate the antiques that used to be made. Wow. Alright, one last glimpse of the wonderful piano and all the ornaments on top of it. And then, if I turn, it's the next part we're going to. Look at this dress hanging up here around the banister. So let's make our way upstairs right now, and then we're really gonna see more of the original home's features and what Edith and Virgil have left behind. It's gonna be amazing. We still have lots to see. Now at first glance, it might seem that this has been a little bit ransacked and vandalized. And that's actually also the truth. It's sad though. But we're gonna find some more pristine areas on this floor as well. Look at this. It's like an old picture or something. I think it's definitely on a special occasion. I think maybe a prom, elementary school or something. There are so many things on the ground here. Over here we can see the name of them. Edith and Virgil. Another old picture over here on the ground too. You can see some gentlemen. It looks like they are actually in the army. Wow. 𝗦𝘗cie𝗿𝗆𝗆 mother. Oh my. There's nothing written in it, is it? Oh, there is. Need to say I love you, for well you know I do. I cannot count too many times I think and think of you, but every thought brings gladness. A life holds brighter cheer, and there is a song within my heart because I love you, dear. That's a beautiful poem. She probably got that from one of her children. That's so lovely. Well, we're gonna go inside this room right now. What is all of this? This obviously used to be a bedroom one day. This used to be the bed, but they've dumped so much stuff over here. There are even 3 mattresses stapled on top of each other. Oh my gosh, but then if I turn to the other side, look at this. Wow. Again, we have such beautiful antique chairs over here. They're even stuffed on the arms at both sides. Wow. Even the old frames over here as well. And you can also clearly see the process of natural decay. Ceiling is slowly collapsing, leakage is coming inside. The place is slowly dissolving in time. Throughout the at least 2 decades, I assume it's been abandoned. This is incredible. Even a little book over here. An antique clock. Wow. I think this used to be a giant speaker. although I'm not sure if it's a speaker or a heater, but I think it was a speaker, because also right on top we have this very old-fashioned record player, completely covered in debris and dust. Also some of the old original wallpaper. And then this once used to be the bedroom. You can still clearly tell, although I don't know why all the stuff has been dumped and stored here. Oh, United States Army Engineer Center. Was awarded to a lieutenant. That might have been their son. Wow, certificate of achievement. Also, another one of these beautiful mirrors over here that we also found in the office room. I love seeing this old stuff over here. And I wish all those relics were saved and we're not just going and left in a state of disrepair. Even still some of the clothes are here. Wow. These people clearly loved history. It seems that really nobody is actually maintaining this place anymore. It's heavily decaying. Part of a bed frame here. Even more files. From 1983 until 1986. Some boxes as well for some additional storage. Just look how the wallpaper is peeling here. Trying to figure out what this room was once used for while the people still resided here. I actually can't really tell. It's such a tiny room. Maybe it was a storage room. Wow. This little lamp over here as well. It's so sad that it's now also just so disintegrated and decaying. It's really cute. I really like this little lamp. It's very unique. Alright, then let's continue through the tiny corridor over here. The rooms are actually all so close to each other, whereas the downstairs floors were so spacious. This room is so messy yet again, but you can still see behind all the storage where is the headboard of the bed. It used to be a beautiful bed as well, a very old one. Oh, and this tiny sofa over here. I just also love how you can tell that all the antique furniture was original because it's all matching. This is, for example, matching the red chairs that we've just seen. Beautiful painting again. Also look at this lamp over here. Wow. Or great state papers. There is a name, let's see, Graham again. Yeah, I think Graham was their son. This was by the Board of Education of School District. William awarded this to him, and the name was Graham of the son. Edit, Graham, Virgil. I gotta say, I'm not really knowledgeable about American names, but they sound like also pretty old names to me as well. Even another lamp over there. Look. So much documentation. This is even a very old instruction. about how to use the pumps, and it's a report on the well work. Labor. If wells are not successful, the greatest reason will be labor. I can't believe how old this is. This is even from Palestine, Jerusalem. 29th of January 1934. What is this doing here? It seems they were really doing this business internationally. Palestine Water Company, Jerusalem. They were just contacting and communicating with this American company. Guys, this must have been a very big company on a large scale. I guess they had way more locations than only just this, well, I won't say tiny home, but for such a big company, I would say tiny home. And then finally, right over here, we have another door. My gosh. Another room that's really been dissolving in time. You can tell the damage to this property just by roof leakage. Another chair, a little bit hidden behind the iron bed frames. But then on the other side, we still have some beautiful antique furniture again. It has remained well preserved over the years, with just minor signs of decay. You can also tell by the doors that we're really exploring an old property right now. Wow. This is even a peach and some grapes over here, and the carved wooden design of this chair. I don't even know what those are, but they seem like, what is it actually? Maybe something to cover up the fireplaces? At first I thought it was a giant book, but it isn't. Leaf, it's saying, well, not yet. We still have something to explore. Old curtains over there as well. I love the flower styled wallpaper again. Really also gives you those vintage vibes. And the most incredible thing in this room again, right in front of me, by far. And this one is so cute, this tiny piano. So adorable. Also with the frame of this girl right above it. And then the flower wallpaper really makes me believe that they also had a daughter. And the daughter used to sleep inside this room one day. Had her tiny piano over here. Actually from a store in Philipsburg. Customly made. Another beautiful red chair. It's incredible. I love these American pianos, guys. They're so different. But again, all the keys appear to be broken. Sadly enough. And despite this place has fallen into state of neglect, the fake flowers still brighten it up, being so colorful. And see the name of the song over here? The Doll's Dream. This must have been a girl's room. I can only imagine what this place looked like back in its heyday. And then finally, let's continue. Oh, over here we have a bathroom in a very bad state. The wall's even broken over here. Oh, look, the way this is constructed is so strange. We even have another door leading to an attic, but the interior of this place is so irregularly constructed, also all out of wood. Wow. Guys, look at what we've just entered. Oh my gosh. Wow. The antiques are so stunning. The rocking chair over there as well. Oh, I can't believe it. The clock over here with this beautiful glass. My gosh, the chinaware. This place is like a mansion of antique furniture. And I just love it. The pieces over here are really valuable if you would restore them. This used to be another fireplace right behind this incredible red sofa. There's even a little dog over there. And I'm not too sure about what this was. Or it was a sink, or it was a little bed for a baby. Well, if you know it, just leave it down in the comment section. Oh, and also an incredible grandfather clock over here as well. Just look at the way that this is constructed, like they almost carved out tree trunks. And right above me as well, this lamp. I've never seen anything like that. Wow. There are so many old pictures over here. Look at this man sitting in the garden somewhere. Got a man smoking a pipe over here. This is even in front of the actual property. I guess these people also used to have a dock. Wow, the beautiful old days where they were definitely working for their well company. The woman standing in front of the actual property. Another picture of her, beautifully dressed. Another picture of a dock. Another picture of her, just amazing. So lastly, we have this tiny door to the attic to check out, and I hate to say this guys, but I only have 1 minute of storage on my SD card left, so that's maybe why you noticed I was a little bit rushing. But check this out, it's even maybe one of my favorite rooms. I hate to say that I have so little storage left, but still all the ornaments here, all the wooden constructions. Over here it looks like there even used to be maybe a servant's bed one day, building the wooden wall here. The old bed is so fascinating, the rocking chair, and then look at this, it's unbelievable. It's full of historical treasures. Old push dial phone, a radio, even this old device, what I really don't know what it was used for. This kind of horn. Even an old hat, maybe a military's hat, I don't know. It was from Graham, the son. Old pictures of the army. Oh, and even this old photo over here from 1928. Now look at this device even, what is it? Absolutely unbelievable, the stuff that we're finding here. I really can't tell what this was either. Modern history. Wow. I think I've really never seen such old devices just in one place. That they're just genuinely so old that I don't even know what they were exactly used for. I would love to get it known though, so yeah, again, if anybody knows it, just leave it down. And then finally, let's continue our way. It's getting very dark outside, guys. It's the end of this day of exploring, and it's winter time, so it gets dark very early, which is a pity. Wow. Look at this face over here. That's beautiful. 1928, I can't believe we just found that date on that picture. Even an old chest over there. Let's see what's inside. Oh wow, it's like an old newspaper or something. There are so many books on the ground as well. Can't see a date on this newspaper. It's about fashion. And even all the clocks over here. So many clocks in this place. They're genuinely so old as well. So old they even have newspapers stuffed in the inside. Wow. What is this device even over here? This looks so old-fashioned, but again also so mechanic with all those buttons and things. And even this chest over here as well. Very interesting inside. Department of Public Instruction. A school certificate for Elmer McMuller. And this over here is also pretty crazy, but anyway, I gotta close it off over here, guys. I'm gonna put my camera right over here before my SD card is really full. Gonna keep it short. Thank you so much for watching to another place in America. Leave your thoughts on the story behind this home right down below in the comment section about what you think. At first it was a little bit strange, but all the antiques and everything really blew me away. So if that did the same to you, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, comment right down below. Also consider becoming a Patreon supporter, or consider making a donation on PayPal. You will find a link down below in the description as well. And then I want to say you much love, peace and blessings from the USA, and I will see you in the next one. Peace! Next week we'll explore a home steeped in history of the German Democratic Republic. I hope to see you all there.